Hi, it's Kayla and welcome to my channel. So this week I wanted to do a really chill weekly reading vlog, and if you hear panting and pacing, I'm pet sitting for my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law and her husband, they just moved and they had a baby and he started a new job. Here she is. But yeah, they just But yeah, they just moved and had a baby and started a new job all within a week. And so I offered to take Bailey from them for however long they want us to have her. Since we're going to be at this campground for the next 3 months, I can have her up to 3 months. So I don't know if we'll have her that long, but she's here for now and she's going to be making a lot of noise, so sorry for that. But she's a cutie. So yeah, as I was saying, I want to have a really chill weekly reading vlog. But it's already Tuesday and I was planning on starting yesterday. But on the way home from my sister-in-law's house, our truck broke down. We called AAA at around 7 p.m. because my husband realized he wasn't going to be able to fix it because none of the parts stores in the area had the part to fix it. So we called AAA and we called them around 7 p.m. They did not get to us until 1 a.m. So thankfully we broke down at a gas station, so we were under the shelter with the lights and everything. But it was freezing cold and we had Bailey with us, so we couldn't go inside because we couldn't leave her in the truck. So we sat in the truck till 1 a.m. and they came. Thankfully they had someone who could carry me and my husband and the dog and the truck back to our campground, but we didn't end up getting back home till 2 a.m. So Monday I slept in half the day. I slept until like 11, and then I had a whole bunch of laundry to catch up on and I was just tired, and we had to go take my husband's work car to get an oil change and we had a bunch of errands to run. So it was just a long day and I needed to get everything done before I was able to start a vlog. So I'm starting today, and this vlog will go on until probably Friday morning. Friday we're going back to my parents' house and to stay with them because it's my brother's 20th birthday on Friday, so we're gonna go out to dinner and celebrate his birthday with him and just spend the weekend with them. So I'll end the vlog before all that. So it's gonna be a short weekly vlog, but between now and then I should have lots of time to read and talk about books. So with that being said, if you saw my last video, it was a try a chapter video, and I determined that I wanted to start Stolen Innocence in that video. And so I started it and I read 50 pages so far. So that's what I'm going to be continuing on with this week. And I hope to finish it. It's about 400 pages long. 431. So we'll see. I definitely have time to finish it. I just don't know if it's gonna happen. So I've done most of my morning chores. I still have some dishes to do from last night. So I'm gonna get started doing that, and then I'll get started on reading Stolen Innocence. Good morning. It's now Wednesday morning. I know I had plans to read yesterday, but I literally read 0 words. And I also didn't film anymore. That is because, as you saw, I did my nails and I started editing my try a chapter video that I mentioned earlier. It'll be linked down below, by the way. But that took me the rest of the afternoon. So by the time I finished that, Matthew got home and we had to go out and run some errands, and then we came back and had dinner, and the day just got away from me. So I did not read anymore last night. This morning I read about 10-12 more pages, and I'm still finding this book really interesting. I can't wait to get back to it. I gotta do some dishes and straighten up the house first, but I just took Bailey on her walk, so once I get the chores done, I should be able to sit down and read. So that is the plan. We'll see if it happens. was harder than I expected it to be. I just put all the fairy lights up at the ceiling. We had fairy lights in here before, and we used the little command hooks, but after we repainted in here, the little command hooks wouldn't stick to the paint. They would just come right off. I just stuffed the fairy lights between the trim and the ceiling, and they seem to be good. I hope they don't fall out, because as I was doing it, they kept trying to pop out, the ones behind them. But now that I got them all up, they look like they're gonna stay, so I don't know if they'll stay once we travel down the road, but hopefully. But anyway, I wanted to talk about, well, let me get the cover. I always take dust jackets off when I read a book, because they get on my nerves. But I want it on here while I talk about it. So I wanted to talk about Soul and Innocence a little bit more, because I realized I haven't said what it's about in this vlog. So this is a memoir by Alyssa Wall. She and her family were members of the FLDS church, and in that religion they believe in polygamy. So her dad had multiple wives. So as I mentioned in my tri-chapter video, which if you haven't seen that, it's linked down below, but as I mentioned in that one, I read the prologue in the first chapter, and at the beginning of the book, in the prologue, she's 14 years old, and she was just married off to her first cousin, and she didn't want to be married to him. And that was really hard to read. Sorry if this bookmark is kind of loud. And then after that, the book starts where she's 9 years old, and she's just kind of telling about her life and her family, their whole family dynamic and everything. And it's really fascinating to see how her mother and the other wives, their relationships, there was a lot of tension in her family, because as you can imagine, there were 3 women sharing one husband, so that was really hard for them. And their family went through a lot of hard times, and all of it was caused by the church. In their religion, they have to do everything the prophet says. So if he says to marry this person, you have to marry this person. And things like that would happen to her dad. So as you can imagine, that was really difficult to grow up in a household like that. So I'm only on page 68 and I'm already super fascinated. So that's Stolen Innocence. It's currently raining, and I've been wanting to put these fairy lights up for a few days now, because we had LED lights up here, but they were just really bright and not the right vibe. So we took those down, and I've been wanting to put the fairy lights up. So it's dark and rainy outside, so I had to do it today. So it's much nicer in here with the fairy lights. So now that that's done, hopefully I can read some more this afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys after I have read more. Guess who's sick again? Yeah, so over Christmas I had COVID, which was fun, quarantining over Christmas. And then after that it turned into a sinus infection, which I was on antibiotics and it went away, and then it came back, another sinus infection, on antibiotics again, it went away, stayed away, but now I've caught a cold. So it's not COVID, tested again. I don't know if it's possible to get it again that fast, but tested. It's not COVID, it's just a cold. But I'm guessing my immune system's down from having COVID, so that's fun. But that's not what you're here for. So, reading update. I am about, Bailey's wondering why I'm talking to a camera. I'm almost 100 pages into Stolen Innocence, so I haven't gotten much farther, but I am really fascinated by it and I want to keep reading it. I just keep getting distracted by everything. So also I got a notification that my library loan of Daisy Darker is about to expire. So I switched over to listening to that this morning, and I'm about 75% through that. And if you saw my little mini 8-hour reading vlog, that's where I started that one, and then I just hadn't continued on with it, so I switched over to that one before it expires. And if you don't know what Daisy Darker is about, it's a thriller, and it's about this family who goes to stay on an island for their grandmother's birthday, and then her grandmother's killed, and so everyone starts suspecting each other. Very much classic mystery thriller kind of vibes, more like very much classic mystery whodunit kind of vibes, like Clue or Agatha Christie's, and then There Were None, something like that. So it's fun, it's interesting. It's not exactly what I'm in the mood for right now, but I do want to finish it before the library loan ends. So yeah, that's the only little reading update I have. I haven't been reading that much this week. I've still got the rest of today and tomorrow morning to read some more, so I'll let you guys know if I do read any more. Hopefully I'll finish Daisy Darker. I definitely should finish that. But for now, while I work on finishing listening to Daisy Darker, I'm gonna also work on making a birthday cake for my brother, because tomorrow's his 20th birthday. I think I mentioned that earlier. Matthew and I are going back to my parents' house to celebrate his birthday. So I'm gonna make him a cookie cake, like a skillet cookie. I think that's all I had to say, so I'm gonna go work on the cake and listen to Daisy Darker. Talk to you guys later. So I finished Daisy Darker. I'm gonna have to give it 2 stars, which I feel bad saying because I've only seen good things about it. I've only seen people loving it. So, but the reason is, well, throughout the whole book I was thinking, okay, this is probably gonna be a 3-star read unless the ending blows it away. Like, it's good, it's interesting, but it's nothing really special. Maybe it's because I'm not really in the mood for mystery thriller right now, but it was fun and it had classic mystery thriller vibes. There were even references to Clue and Then There Were None, and I liked that. I thought that was fun. But then the twist happened, and it's just a twist that I don't love. I never really find it that fun. I mean, there were books back when I was a teenager that I found. There's one I have in mind that I think I enjoyed back when I was a teenager. But usually, for the most part, I don't like this being used as a twist. It feels, I don't know. I don't want to be mean. It just feels kind of like a cheap twist to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Or maybe I've seen it too many times. I don't know. I don't know why I keep saying I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't love it, but the twist knocked it down to 2 stars. If it was a great ending, it might have been bumped up to 4, but I didn't like the ending. It was bumped down to 2. I can't tell you what the twist is, obviously, but if you like this twist, or if you don't mind it, then you'll probably like this book if you're into classic mystery kind of books, which I am into classic mystery kind of books. That just didn't love the ending. So yeah, 2 stars. But I finished making the cookie cake, or the skillet cookie, or whatever you want to call it, and it turned out, it looks really good and it smells really good, so hopefully it tastes really good. I guess we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, that's the only update I have for now. Need to take Bailey on a walk, but she's asleep right now, so I might just read a little bit until she wakes up. glasses are fogging too bad. I'm gonna have to take them off. I was just outside in the cold. I guess it's time to get on here and close off this video because I don't really have any more updates for you guys. I read a little bit more of Stolen Innocence last night, but I don't really have anything new to say about that. Yeah, that's all. I don't have anything else to update on. In this vlog, I made it about 120 pages into Stolen Innocence, and I finished an audiobook, Daisy Darker by Alice Feeney, and I gave it 2 stars. So not the best reading week, but it was pretty chill and relaxing, so I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. And if you've made it this far in the video, please leave a dog emoji for Bailey. And if you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!